Many people ask me, how do you get into this business of live sound engineer and doing this thing and traveling on the road and mixing sound for artists? You go to a concert and you see it happening, and maybe it interests you and you want to get involved as a young person looking for your career. I can certainly testify it's an amazing career. Um, it's I can't put it into words what 2 hours of showtime does for me every day when we're doing our tours. The other 22 hours is a little bit rougher time, but it's a wonderful experience to be in control of a large stage and sound that's happening from an incredible band. And it's a lot of people ask, how do I get started in this? With me, I just give you my example. My dad had bought me a radio tube kit when I was, I think, about 14. And I put that radio together, AM radio, and just right there. I've never been the same since. It's been something that's always interests me in plugging something in the wall and hearing sound come out of it. I've never been able to get away from it. Nonetheless, how do we get started? How do we do this? Well, for me, it was that desire of music. Music was my main one. And my dad, who got that radio for me that I put together and changed my life, made a guitar for me, made two guitars for me. And I started playing guitar. And I was so fascinated, not only as I began to learn, but as I played and jammed together with my dad. And I noticed that at that time that we, would have two guitar amps, and I like to sit in between these two guitar amps and hear both mine and his. It's irrelevant how good you are or how not good you are. What it is harmony, is hearing two different instruments, and when they blend together, they come together, and that is a piece of music. So I discovered that at an early age. I always found it very fascinating, and as I saw more and more musicians play and do things at a live show, I was, pretty much spotting each one and what could I do to make the sound come together. And so we get involved with this. I say the passion for music, wanting to hear music as best as it could possibly be, and there's a wild world of variations. So there's a lot to learn, but it's so satisfying and gratifying when all of this magic harmonizes. So hopefully that's part of your desire. Part of your passion is to become a player. Now, I look at the front of house mixer, as I was for so many years, as another member of the band. I'm detached from them. I'm sitting out in the room, but I'm still a part of the band. So I'm playing my instrument. My instrument is the console. And I push knobs and do my thing and play my instrument right along with the band. And that makes it even more satisfying when you communicate strongly with your artist and be able to come up with situations that you're really proud to be a part of this. It's something. So it's your heart. It's your heart, I say, and a lot a desire for music. Now, if you have those two things going for you, you've got a lot going for you. Now, the technical world requires that we have a good education, especially in technical fields. I took a 2-year degree. I had a 2-year degree in college for electronics in 1969, and that was the start of it for me. I was so fascinated in assembling and fixing, soldering, what have you. Those things just almost came naturally to me. If you have that desire to take a working electronic or mechanical device that is broken and you can make it work, even the better. These things were a challenge for me. When something didn't work, and that certainly happens to us out there on the road, you figure out how to fix it real fast. So these talents that you really need to have in the technical are essential. You can't go by without them, but it does not stop there. As I said, the passion and the music takes well over. Once you learn to use your tools, you'll be able to control, and it is a complex amount of controls. But the satisfaction in doing that, I can't put it into words. I cannot put it into words. Sit and mix Pink Floyd in Venice and see 200,000 people listening, and I know that I've got my little piece of that. And it's a wonderful experience. All the artists that I worked for, I've enjoyed those moments when they come around. So what I can encourage you to do, for starters, after you seek as much technical education as you can, and we are in the world of AI, and it's going to be a necessity part of your studies as you become older and work in the modern age of electronics. But the best thing, I think, after a college degree that you can get in the technical aspects of music education as well, and not just the technical side of it, but learning the terminology of music. Now, whether you're able to write music or write a song or not, that's secondary to the fact that just knowing the terminology. And when you speak to an artist on stage that you're working with, and you don't try to show them that you know this, whatever it is, but that you can find the situation, the answer to any problems that we have. But also it's to let them know that you are playing with them, you are part of this artist. So there's a communication factor here as well. Learning to talk to people. Some of the early days when I started on stage, sometimes with Led Zeppelin and Three Dog Night, I you can't talk to these people. They're way beyond. I can't imagine that. But I can tell you from almost 50 years of touring, most all artists are just like you and I. They have just reached a tremendous success in the music industry. And now they're out with you, and you're out with them. So now let's take this and run with it and have fun. Have fun. Enjoy what you do. Some people that I've worked on with their mixes on a live situation, one thing that catches my eye is when I see them start to dance a little bit, and their foot patting and whatever you want to call it, but you know what I mean, foot stomping or what have you. And I'm going right away, hey, they're digging the music. They're digging the music. Now, if you want the music and you have that curiosity, you'll pull it out. You'll pull it out of all the individual components that are coming at you. So the education, very important, the technical side. After you have your degree in education, many schools offer really great programs in learning and I would also encourage audio. Not necessarily do I want on my business card a recording engineer, live sound engineer. I'd rather have audio engineer on my business card. And because to me, of all the years that I've worked in it, they're extremely similar. They're just different environments. We're still mixing music. We're still working with a frequency response that is similar in both worlds, and we are putting together music and harmonizing music. I highly encourage you to keep this going if you share these desires to work in live sound and participate in that. And with that degree, the next step, I think, that worked out for me was I walked in the doors of Shoko, who was a very big production company in 1970, and I had that college degree. I had that passion. They also asked me if I played a musical instrument, and I said I did indeed. I played guitar and had a studio, and they go, okay, well, you know how to plug things in and unplug them. The last question they asked me was, are you married? And I thought that was strange, being that I was 21 years old at that time, and what has marriage got to do with me doing this job? Well, it pretty much meant we're going to send you on the road, and you ain't coming home for a long time. So are you okay with that? And so I said, yeah, I don't have a family at the time. I think I can see the world, and I did see the world, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that. I've learned so much from that alone. But a sound company, learn who your local sound companies are, and visit them. Look for opportunities. There doesn't necessarily have to be a job offer on the classified section. It's going to show your desire. I want to play music. I want to play music in this fashion of controlling a large console and a couple of 100,000 watts of PA. Use it wisely, though. It's exciting me. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm excited about it. And I highly encourage you to go to the local sound companies. Find out if there's any way that you can participate. You can learn. This is how you are introduced eventually to artists. The artists that I worked with over my career, I was introduced to them through Shoko for the first 10 years of my career. And then I went independent and made my contracts with the artist management directly. And it was a good move for me. It was something that worked out extremely well, where I was an independent sound mixer. And I found that the calls just kept coming. It was odd to me, and I look back, but it's the honest truth that I never sent out a resume from the time that I worked with Three Dog Night in 1970. Never sent out a resume. I met people. It's all about relationships. If you do a good job, you show that passion, they want you around. When people can trust you, they want you around. Maybe you don't have a big track record of artists behind you. It's not it. It's not it. I've hired many a person to work with me, guys and people that have done great jobs. And I noticed that more than anything is their desire to do this job. Not just to have a job, to pay bills and so on and so forth. Wow, this is fun. This is creative. This is brilliant. So I wish all of you the best who are ensuing this sort of thing. I was teaching at Belmont University a while back, and I'm hoping to go back there again and do some more work there, as well as educating young people and showing them ways that I think will help get you into this business in full. So wish you all the best. But the sound companies, I'll end it there, is one of your best tools. Whenever you meet a group anywhere, at your church, from somebody you meet doing a live performance somewhere, always be curious of how this is going on. What's happening here? You can find the faults and you can find the good things just by close observation. By that observation, you learn. You learn to benefit your career and future artists that you work with. So, wishing you the best. I hope this helps a little bit. I'll be glad to talk about this subject at another time, any way that we would like to talk about it. I look forward to your comments and what else that I can do to help you out with your career. I wish you the very best, those seeking to get into live touring and live entertainment sound. Thank you very much.